In for Henrik Larsson, and Moravcik! His first goal for Celtic!
Here is Shunsuke Nakamura! Exquisite!
Good evening and welcome along to the Celtic Unrestricted View. We're at full time, Celtic versus Falkirk, and Celtic walk out 1-0 winners. Ryan, it certainly wasn't the prettiest of games, mate. Very tough in terms of Falkirk, the way they played, and obviously Celtic just weren't able to get free flowing, mate. But the most important thing, mate, was a win, and obviously there was a clean sheet in there as well, mate. So got to be happy with that. But a very good evening to you, mate.
Evening, mate. Hope you're well. And the rest of viewers, hope you're well. Hope you're cheered up since that performance, shall I say. But yeah, the positive is, JP, look, in title wins or title fights, you need to win the games. That's the first and foremost and most important thing. We got the victory, kept the clean sheet. But by God, that was probably the only positive thing I would say about the game, mate. That was dire. But like I say, we won the game, but I think it highlights as well we ultimately need to help that team because there's only so much they can give, I think, the new mate, and there's only so much I think they can get the bounce from Martin O'Neill, because I'm being honest, mate, if that was Wilfred Nancy was a manager and that was a performance, we'd be absolutely crucifying Wilfred Nancy. So the performance was not great, but we need to take the victory. But obviously we'll delve into it, JP. But yeah, most important thing is a clean sheet and the victory, but I think the performance was a lot to desire, mate.
Yeah, it certainly wasn't, obviously, as I said there at the beginning, mate, it certainly wasn't free-flowing football. But we'll try and dissect it as we go, mate. Obviously, there wasn't much in the game for Celtic in a sort of an attacking sense. We, especially first half of the game, I thought we were quite slow. But again, that was mainly down to the way Falkirk had set up as well. So I want to give Falkirk a wee bit of credit here because of the way they're at home. They've brought the game to us, and they've had some good opportunities in the first half, mate. They were quite sloppy in the finishing. Had they had, a half-decent goal scorer in their team, even like a Lee Griffiths or someone like a Simon Murray that was on for him, I think Celtic, especially first half, could have been in trouble one or two times. But that being said, mate, the big difference, I think you've highlighted it, Ryan, is, Celtic under Wilfred Nancy would have lost tonight. And, again, I'm in a way, I'm kind of glad it happened as well, because that's one of my points of sometimes you got to roll your sleeves up, mate, and dig in. It's not always going to be pretty. It's a tough away venue. We're big rivals across the city who spent 30-odd million quid in the summer. They went there and never won a game either. So beating Falkirk away from home's no for everybody, mate. And I know we got the game won. Moments of our play was sloppy, but yeah, mate, you've just won the game, so you've got to look at what we've came from as well. Under Wilfred Nancy, mate, we couldn't buy a win properly. We lost 6 out of 8. So under the circumstances, mate, I think I would take that all day long.
Aye, ultimately, no matter how you play, you've got to take 3 points in a clean sheet, mate, especially when we're needing quality. We're came through off a bad run there as well. So a win is the most important thing. That is ultimately, anybody who knows football, has played football, winning is the most important thing. But we definitely need to play better. If we want to beat Rangers, we want to beat Hearts, it's got to be much better. We're dying for a striker, JP. Absolutely dying for a striker. Not just a striker, but not just somebody just to fill the boots. A proper number 9 that can hold it up, like to play, even Iheanacho, by the way, somebody better than Iheanacho, it's got to be a focal point, because as much as we're probably going to criticise maybe certain players or performances, they've got nothing to hit. Maeda's no doing it up front. He's no a striker. His hold-up play is no there. He just doesn't look interested again. But 2 weeks ago he was fine. Now he's no. It's very hard to pinpoint exactly what he's got to do better. But we can obviously touch on different players and whatever else. But overall, mate, it wasn't great. But the one thing I want to touch on is yourself, mate, is the striking situation, because if we have not got a strike line by next week, mate, I will be very concerned, because I know it's Auchinleck. I'm going to show him every bit of respect. We probably will win with a few goals, probably, I'm hoping. But we need to give him every respect. Once we hopefully win that game on Sunday, we then need to have a strike line by Monday morning, mate, because we're not winning the league for a striker, mate. It's not happening. It's not happening, because the lack of goals we're not getting, and the lack of creativity it's glaringly obvious, mate, that the guys need help.
Yeah. Listen, a striker's a holy grail. I've said it before, Ryan. So yeah, I'm on board with that, mate. We definitely need a number 9. Dyson Maeda, unfortunately, isn't it. Dyson's got other attributes that he contributes well when he goes to another position. And preferably, Ryan, I would like to see, I would like to see someone with a bit of physicality up top as well. No just someone with a ton of speed or, yeah, they do. But Dundee United didn't find it easy to play against us on Saturday. So, I hear what you're saying, Alan. I think I've mentioned it before on the channel. If we're now going to reference them across the city as any sort of standard setting, counter argument, or I just turn away for that, I'm afraid, because it's, to me, that's personally, that's just crazy. Looking at them across the city and using them as a reference to anything at all. This is a Celtic side who have had a poor half season so far, and I can't predict what's going to happen in the second half. But as you said, Ryan, we definitely need a striker, mate, and not just anybody, because it needs to be the right person. And sadly, mate, if it was that easy to go and pick out the right person, I think every team would be doing that, and it would, the true saying, if Carlsberg did do this and did do that, then everything would be wonderful, mate.
Aye, an ideal world, mate, we would want somebody in right away, and we're going to buy the best players possible. But I generally, I'm really struggling now, mate. I'm trying my best to remain professional in every capacity and be calm about situations, but I'm really struggling now, mate, to back up what's happening at the football club. I'm really struggling, mate, and I try my best to be so positive. But the fact that it's the 14th of January and there's not one strike. I know there's been links today, which hopefully that can come to fruition. But the fact that there was nobody to roughly come in the first week in January after they've known since last October that Kyogo was leaving, I think it's criminal, mate. And I generally don't know how it can be backed up. It can't be backed up, mate. It can't be that we're lying here struggling as a team because we've not got a goal scorer. And Negrin, who hasn't been great, got 12 goals. Fantastic, by the way. He might not be brilliant, but for £1.7 million, by the way, decent return. Yeah. As much as we all can give him a bit of jip for being slow, etc., he's at 12 goals for £1.7 million. That's decent recruitment to a degree, right? I'm not his biggest fan, but it's decent recruitment for that value of money. But I know we're all different opinions, JP. People in the comments were different, but I can't back up, mate, watching my team over top number 9. I just can't. It's no easy, but it's not too hard. If you do your proper recruitment and you actually go and scout players, it's hard, mate. It's hard for me to watch a Celtic team. 30 years, we've always, even when we're struggling, JP, even with Tony Mowbray and other team, we've always had a striker, a focal point. And as much as we're criticising some of the midfielders for no creating space or no creating chances, they've got absolutely nobody there, mate. And the players are trying. Maeda's not a striker, Johnny, they're all trying. But ultimately it lands on the board, mate, because they're no helping them, and they need to move their arse, because if we go to Tynecastle with that team, mate, I'm not going to lie, we're going to struggle. If we go with guys in Maeda or Johnny Kenny up front, we're going to struggle because we've not got a focal point. And that's concerning me, mate. Listen, I could be talking the now, maybe most after the game. We all know when it comes to Tynecastle, but right, come on, no matter who we're playing, whoever's up front, right, we'll do the job. But I need to try and be really honest, mate, and that the number 9's crucial, mate. It's got to be a top number 9, and it has to be very soon, mate. We can't wait till the last week of the window. We're not in a situation to wait, mate. I don't know what you think, but we can't wait, mate. We just can't wait.
No, I've said to you for a number of time now, the centre forward position is the holy grail in this transfer window. Now, we've brought in a signing in Julian Araujo, and I think tonight he shows, how stable he is and reliable as a fullback. His aggression and the way that he presses is very good. Yang, for me, we're now starting to see, and I think Brendan Rodgers needs to take some plaudits for this, Ryan. The way Yang keeps the ball, I think Brendan has certainly worked his magic there, mate, because Yang now doesn't waste the ball too much now. He's not getting the ball away as much. And he's always looking to create. So, yeah, as I said, mate, listen, there's zero emotion for me apart from happiness tonight. We've went away for the game with 3 points. We've won 1-0. We've kept a clean sheet. By the way, prior to that, there wasn't any clean sheets at all. So there's happiness there because of the victory in a very, very tough venue. If we still had, Wilfred Nancy in the building, Celtic don't win the game tonight. But it's what I said when Martin O'Neill was linked back with the job, and Martin O'Neill guarantees more wins than he doesn't, for me. And I think one of the commenters, I can't remember who it was earlier, there just says, this is what a battle is all about. So strap in, because there's going to be more of this to come. And that's what having a fight and a title fight is all about, in my opinion, Ryan.
I'm not going to put the comment up, but John, don't worry about it, mate. JP's fine, mate. Don't worry about it, John. You comment, go live. It's fine, mate. Don't worry. If we offended you or anybody in the chat's offended you, we're sorry, but don't worry, John. If you want to comment, mate, you comment away, mate. Don't apologise. It's JP's, as you and JP spoke all day. Everything's fine, John. So you comment away, mate. No problem at all.
John, I've totally forgot all about it, pal. I totally forgot all about it. That's how much it didn't bother me.
I didn't want to put it up because obviously you're saying personal things about yourself, so I don't want to put it up, mate.
That's totally fine. I forgot all about it, pal. You feel free to comment, ask questions, you name it.
But mate, I'm happy we've got the listen. If no matter how we play, you need to have some sort of happiness in the victory, right?
You can't even be happy. The Celtic fans are going to be happy. Celtic have won now.
It's 3 points, mate, and you've got to be happy. You've got to be happy the victory because it keeps us. It keeps us in the title race. Can't even be saying that, but it keeps you there, right? It keeps you going. It gives you momentum. Hopefully, now with a clean sheet.
By the way, there's another positive, another reason why I'm happy. We're now above our counterparts across the city. And
Well,
again,
to be fair,
they're currently being used as a benchmark. Believe it or
as
not,
much
They're
as
sitting
as
on the
much
table.
as much as I've been critical about us, etc., we have been for years, but I know it's a laugh. But we do need to continue this. But the number 9 situation, mate, that's very concerning for me. Like I says, I generally, the only positive is, mate, that we got the 3 points and clean sheet, which obviously is the biggest positive about the full thing. But we really need to start playing better.
Sorry
I'm
to
being
cut in,
honest.
you're right. You thought about the
That's
number
right.
9, Ryan. Can I just ask you, do you think the Celtic fans are getting anxiety now? We're coming in the middle of January. We've still not signed a striker. What do you think it's like in Martin O'Neill's shoes, or Sean Maloney's shoes, or if it's, how do you think, in terms of the way they're feeling, mate, how do you see it? What do you think they're going through just now?
Are you want me to sugarcoat it, or do you want me to be honest?
Oh, just I would rather I would rather.
If I
do you not
sugarcoat
think,
it, I'll.
you don't think a guy like Martin O'Neill will be like that, right? But we need to get the right guy.
If I sugarcoat it, I'll say they'll be saying they're trying hard and it's my job and this is what we're brought into the club to do, etc. But if I'm being really honest, mate, it's an absolute shambles that they've had to come and do this. They're here to help the team and push us on. Martin O'Neill, Sean Maloney, Fozzie, I know they brought in the guy for Chelsea. They should not be taking full control of our recruitment. Martin O'Neill's a 73-year-old man, and he's on the phone. I know that's a manager's job to be on the phones and help with deals, etc., iron out players. But he's a 73-year-old man. He's having to deal with players, take bits of training, deal with contracts, deal with agents. That's absolutely, to put that on him, mate, I think that's really, really bad management for the board.
Hold on a minute.
I know that.
What are you saying? 73-year-old men uncapable?
No, well, listen, I'm only 32 and I'm struggling, so...
Danny McGrain's still playing 5-a-sides.
Listen, he can get on your team if he wants. But no, and I think it's pretty bad, mate, that they've come into this situation and there's nothing there for them in play. I know Paul Tisdale's went away, right? But see no matter who leaves in recruitment, there should always be a structure there, a plan in place. There should already be potentially somebody close, or there should be, like Martin, what about this, right? Do you want to help with? It just seems to me that, again, I'm the one in the club, so I'm only reading between the lines on what I hear and what I see and what we've all seen. Michael Nixon and Chris Mackay should probably be more involved in this. I know Sean Maloney's taking a back to getting players and he's helping scouting, etc.
Yeah.
I just don't think Martin O'Neill should be doing as much. I'm going to lie, JP, when I was watching tonight, I was feeling sorry for him. I was just looking at him, he just looks old, he just looks... I don't want him to get everything on him. I want him to just manage a team, be the manager. And I know managers and phone, but just let him do the team. If Sean Maloney and Fozzie and Mick Nicholson, they all pitch in, they must be really struggling, mate, as well, because they've come in, let's be honest here, they've come into a bit of a shit show. So they're like, right, you need to get players, right, I'm going to do training, right, we need to get a contract, right, James, is you staying on next year, Casper, what you doing? It's a lot, mate, for them to get to right away. So it's going to take a lot of work, and I really hope they can get it done, mate, because me, you, and the rest of the chat, we need a team to get some quality players. But I don't know what you feel about the Martin O'Neill situation, but I feel sorry for him. Right, if I'm being honest, okay. I do.
First and foremost, I want to say a big thank you to Celtic, first and foremost, for this, because they've gave the guy another opportunity to come back into the game. They even said that in an interview himself, he thought he was finished. But what I loved about it, Ryan, his response to that was, Celtic's the only team he would have done it for. There wouldn't have been another team out there. Now, Martin O'Neill's managed a lot of decent sides through the years. And that's what he said. He said there wouldn't have been another team I'd done it for. Celtic's the only one I've done it. So I want to thank Celtic for actually... John's actually stole my thunder. I actually want to touch on that as well.
Barry, what I say there, mate?
No, again, stop stealing my thunder, guys. Come on, I'm ready to tie all this in together. But Martin O'Neill, he's brought a real feel-good factor about the place again, Ryan. In a place that was really, really toxic, mate. Really toxic. And the players were getting battered from pillar to post. So much so, mate, they had to run a gommy after the Rangers game.
Mm-hmm.
Now, how humiliating must that be? Not as humiliating as much as they've had in the last 2 decades, I would say, right enough, but that's another story. But in terms of, you know, you're used to battering teams and used to winning every week and used to doing this, to going for that, to really dwindling in the doldrums, you know, in terms of the way results were going, players were losing confidence, players were unsure of their, you know, they were starting to doubt themselves as players, and you could see it. Their body languages were off, and so yeah, like you know, Celtic gave the guy an opportunity first and foremost to come back in, and Martin O'Neill's grabbed it with 2 hands. And he said himself, being around young people again makes him feel younger.
Yeah.
So his age thing to me isn't I mean, you look round about football. You look round about football, you know, football's mental. Roy Hodgson was managing Crystal Palace in 77. You know, back in the day, Mario Zagallo was 78. He was a Brazil national team manager.
Sorry to cut you in, but it's a good point you made, right? But do you think that they're be doing as much as what he's probably doing at Celtic right now? On the phone, I personally don't think so. I think because of the situation we're in, I think Martin's probably doing a lot more than he should be.
Do you? I don't. I think Sean Maloney will be taking control of quite a bit. Yeah, that's just my thoughts. I don't know, and maybe Fozzie, and I think
it was just his presser the other day. I was like, right, it was just what he was saying. I'm like,
by the way, he could be the one when Sean might set it up. Whatever he does with your hoodies, but he's not turned up the last 3 times a week. But for some reason, I don't know. Maybe that's just why. Maybe he's too busy trying to get strikers in for Celtic. But
hope you're well, Jamie. It was very flat. Hope you're well, mate.
It was flat, yeah, definitely. But I think Martin O'Neill's load will be lightened quite slightly.
At least you're making us laugh tonight, Addy.
Aye.
Shocking.
Addy's still watching the Juventus game when they dive for penalty. Big Amoroso dive for that penalty. He's still watching it now. Was that the one Davies get sent off? It wasn't it?
I can't remember now. I was young.
Was Davies not sent off? I'm sure he was in that game. They've been down to 10 men.
He might have.
Did we get down to 10 men? Or was it Davies that got sent off? Somebody get sent off the game. Yeah, so that, I mean, obviously that was going to be my next thing. Why is it we all using night stealing my thunder, by the way? Like, come on. You all must be preempting what I'm going to say. And that's the next thing I was going to say. For me, I think he's in his element. I really, really do. I think he's thriving. And a Martin O'Neill thriving can only be good for us, mate. You know, in terms of what might come out the back of it. But I've got confidence, mate. When he said it was him that was deciding on the players and stuff as well, I thought that was quite refreshing to hear. Because normally it's the recruitment team or the guys there that will bring players to the manager and whatever. He's then turned around and says, no. He's actually said it as well. You know, I don't want him. I want a certain profile. And I think that certain profile, Ryan's going to be between the ages of maybe 24 to 30. And certain players when he brings them in. Not that, by the way, it doesn't guarantee you much. However, Martin O'Neill just wants a certain stature, a certain level of experience, guys who have played games to come in and help with a really tough period and it's only tough because of the mistakes we've made, granted. But sometimes, like I say, mate, in seasons, sometimes you're going to get this. It's not always going to be pretty for you. And you can't have it all your own way either. You can't go out and blutter teams 5, 6, 7, nothing every week. But the fact that we've scored 5 goals in the last 2 games and we've not conceded any is a massive step up considering what it was under Wilfred Nancy. Because we were seeding 2 and 3 a game. It's when you look at that aspect of it, I can't see when I watch Celtic playing, Ryan, you'd be splitting hairs, I think. And okay, you can maybe say we didn't play well, we didn't do this, we didn't do that. Nobody will know that more than the boys that have just walked off that pitch, Ryan. Nobody will. And we all watched it for a distance. Do you know what I mean? Mm. But nobody's going to know that for the boys that walked off that park. They're going to know that they didn't play well. Martin O'Neill's apparently said tonight we were sluggish. So they're well aware of, they've not played well. But you've got to remember as well, mate, there was another team on the park that contributed in that as well. So when Falkirk done their duty tonight, to an extent, and ultimately it wasn't enough, but you were playing a Falkirk team, mate, that hadn't conceded a goal in 4. And albeit we scored 1 against them, we could have had a couple of wee half chances, we could have had another 1 or 2, but then so could have Falkirk as well. But sometimes that's football, mate.
No, listen, you've got to give Falk credit. The other home team are going to have some chances. Let's be honest, see, on the chances, we probably should have lost the game. Falk had the best chances of the game, and my concern is that a Falkirk team that come up for a championship, albeit they've done really well in the championship, they would probably wear a Premier League team in the championship. There was parts of that game where we couldn't get out. We couldn't get out for Falkirk. So if teams like Falkirk can do that to us, which Rangers at Ibrox got to do it to us? Hearts and other teams. That's what I'm saying. People listen. I don't care if people call me negative because I'm generally done with trying to sugarcoat things. I can't anymore. What I'm watching right now as a Celtic team is no good enough on the park. They've been sluggish since probably March, the cup final. They've been sluggish. No just Brendan, no just Nancy, no just... They've been real... Every majority, even McGregor. I'm McGregor's biggest fan. He's miles off it. Miles off it. But again, he's not getting help, JP, because the quality's not there. He's normally had flying Armstrong, wearing a flying Scott Brown. He's getting detrimented by the quality. I'm a fan of Engels, but is he wow fantastic? Maybe no anymore. League's in far to deceive. His numbers are good. Look, McCowan when he came on. Barry, the day happened, but we've been no great for about 6 or 7 months, mate. This isn't just a one-half a performance. We've been see that for the end of the season, JP. I don't mind slogs. I don't mind title fights. I don't mind getting beat. But the situation we're in, it's because of your own downfall. It's not because your Hearts are playing well or Rangers are spending money. It's all because of what's happened at a period of time. And this is what we're seeing. The standard of play we've got has to be improved and it has to happen in January. And if it doesn't happen in January, like you said on here, mate, the summer is going to be, it's going to be relentless. And then you get a new manager. So the most positive thing was the victory tonight and the clean sheet. Brilliant. It builds momentum. Brilliant to get Martin in the door. But I don't know if what I said about Martin can
helps
maybe
build the confidence as well, eh?
Aye.
Like in the players.
Maybe what I said to Martin come across wrong. What I'm saying is, I'm not saying he doesn't love it. He's not want to be here. I just don't think he's doing as much as maybe he's doing. That's what I'm getting. I could be wrong, but it just seems that he's maybe getting doing too much in with the player. I get it's how he's got to pick the team, he's got to pick his players, but where's the process? And he's come into something and had to totally basically start a brand new recruitment team. And a club like Celtic, it should be a revolving door. Whatever manager comes in, there should be a process in place where he comes into, and they've had to do it themselves. And we need to up the game. The players need to up their game. The manager is no a miracle worker. There's Fozzie, there's Maloney. They can only do so much.
The manager's not a miracle worker. He's performed miracles.
No, but what I mean is, Martin's kind of did that all himself.
No.
They need players.
Again, I've always said that. No, a manager's only as good as a team that's run about him, mate.
Strange love, Doctor. I'm sorry that I can see the bigger picture. I'm happy we've won the game. We've kept a clean sheet. Brilliant. But it's a bigger picture here. We need to perform better. We need to get quality players. We can't sugarcoat this now. I don't know how we can. We need quality players. The guys are struggling on the park. You can see it. They're struggling. They need help.
They've played a lot of games as well, Ryan.
Aye, that's what I'm saying. They need help. And I get over the injuries, right, to Vickers, and I understand it, right? But they need help. They need help. It's
listen,
mate, but
they definitely need help. And we needed it. For me, we needed it in the summer, and it never happened. But again, we can't agree. I said this to. I think I said this to you Monday night's podcast, mate. We need to know, as frustrating as it is, mate. We need to know the only here now. The here and now is we need to fight. And Martin said that in his presser when he just came back in the door. We need to fight. We need to, another thing I want to touch on as well, because I think he's a lot of real abuse hurled up him as well. Ryan, what a save that is for Casper.
Phenomenal.
But again, see when you go to the kind of grounds, Ryan, and you grind out that result, mate, they're the kind of results that won you the title.
Thanks because his dad isn't it clear he played well.
By the way, I don't know if his dad's putting his water bottle at training the other day as well, but I don't know, maybe
it was that
maybe his old man said to him, listen son, you need to up your hand here.
What was that install game? The Hoochie. So Hoochie Skaduba.
Irish guy. Wabba, Katanga. Aye. But I mean that's it, mate. Fundamentally,
Barbados in a bowl.
Barbados in a bottle. That's it. Skaduba. Barbados in a bottle. And that's it. You know what I mean? Listen, Martin's back. Feel good factors back, Ryan. 2 games, 2 wins out of 2, and 2 clean sheets, mate. Prior to that, mate, you never seen this coming.
No, like I say, with Nancy, we probably could have lost that game. So you have got to listen. You've still got to praise the players on winning the game, get the clean sheet, and seeing the game out. I was actually saying that to my dad. Watch the game the last 5 minutes. Just see the game out now. Don't try and get us I know we shouldn't be saying that against Falkirk, but listen, you need to use your experience. Go and see the game out. And we've done that. So listen, look, positivity as you won the game. It builds momentum. You get a clean sheet. But I'm sorry, guys, for being a wee bit negative on the performance. And I just don't like the way you're playing. And I understand it's a title fight. It's all about victories. And I understand it. Listen, if I'm negative, I'm sorry. But I'll take
1-0 wins 100%. All the way to the end of the season, man.
But I think maybe I show my emotions about what I'm feeling than maybe people don't. I don't know, right? But I just get frustrated with the transfer window. There's no striker. The players are trying. I'm supporting the team because I want the team to get the best they can. I want the players to get help. They need help. They need reinforcements. Like you mentioned, Julian came in, breath of fresh air. He wasn't fantastic, but he was settled. He done really well. He's far better than Anthony Ralston, and he's a right back now at the end of the season. We'll see how he progresses, and we could sign him. So that's a good signing so far. As much as he might not played at Bournemouth, it looks a decent signing. So on that, JP, that's a big positive one tonight. He looks settled.
No, I like him, mate. I really do. Listen, that's a great point you brought up there on the right fullback, mate. I really like him. I think he's got pace. He deals with direct play really, really well. I've seen that twice now. Dundee United tried it on Saturday, and then again Falkirk tried it tonight down the left-hand side. And as I say, his directness, that one as well. He gets himself across, shadows it for a goal. He gets it and knocks it off a boy for a goal kick. And
Francis, when I seen Thursday's games the last 5 minutes into the race,
Francis, you ought to try sitting here where I'm at. And then you might have a different opinion. But no, listen, I really like him, Ryan. I really do. I think he looks to play forward whenever he can. And I think he linked well with Yang tonight. But for me, mate, another boy I want to touch on is Yang. The way I don't know what's happened to him. I really don't. I don't know what. And I believe Brendan Rodgers has worked his magic with him in terms of the way he keeps the ball, and he just plays with his head up, mate. But what I like about most of all now, Ryan, he's playing with a smile on his face, mate.
See as much as no matter who the player is, you might not rate him when you do rate him. See when somebody's playing football near yourself, JP, and people in the comments that played football or any sport, when you're enjoying it and you're playing, see as much as somebody might not rate Yang, right? But see somebody who's playing momentum, he's got to play him. So Yang can only know play if you buy somebody who's better than him or his performance really drops. And right now he's got to play. Momentum's key, mate. You know yourself with football. Yeah. When you're playing well, you're getting fit, you're starting to get into a run of games, play him. And that's why we spoke about it all day. You need to play the same team because it keeps momentum, it gets guys fit, it gets them into a routine again, get to know each other's game. And ultimately, Yang has got to play until his performances. That's like any player but JP. When they get one of games, they've got to play. So, no, you're right. He's maybe, I think Tanecki's bird's been missing because I'm not going to be in more negativity, but that he's a very frustrating player. Saturday was good. Tonight he was really poor. But
yeah, had some struggles tonight.
Some people are not happy, but I'm sorry, guys. I'm not going to sugarcoat how I feel. People think I'm not supporting the team. I'm wanting the best for the club. I'm wanting to sign good players, help the team, help Martin, help us, because we're all saying the same thing in group chats. We need a striker. Where's the right winger? We need a centre back. And Barry, one thing I want to touch on for yourself, right? Aye, Barry, mate, Tanecki was...
I just want to bring up Addy's point there about Yang.
You're right, Barry. Jesus.
I just want to bring up Addy in terms of going to Chris Davis. No, you're right, mate. You're absolutely bang on. But again, you look at, remember when Rodgers had Simonovic, when he inherited, when he...
No, it's John, don't worry about it. It's all about opinions. It's all good.
Torino nearly took Simonovic away from us, only for big Simonovic to fail a medical, and then the rest was history. I could now put an argument forward now to say it's a perfect sliding doors moment now for Yang, because he was nearly out the door, nearly get Celtic £3 million, by the way. However, the sliding doors moments here. And Yang has arguably since then, Addy, if he's come into the team under Martin O'Neill, if Martin O'Neill's gave him a cuddle or whatever it is he's done to him, maybe he's, I don't know if what do you call it? Martin, I've heard a rumour that Martin's allowed Yang to use the big TV in the canteen to FaceTime her now. So he gets to speak to her on a day-to-day basis. So maybe, honestly, Ryan, I don't know if it's maybe that is helping him or... Is
she sending him cheeky photos to get him all happy?
She's got him on a... She's got a different account. Hers is called Only Tim's.
She's got him on the Red Bull.
She's got him on the Red Bull. His heart's gone like a train.
It's keeping him fit.
I don't know, man. He must be. His bike chain must have snapped on that BMX last year, man. And he's been legs running dead fast.
If you see an ambulance up at Bovril or something, it'll be Yang getting the aerial.
She's set up a channel called Only Yangs.
Only Yangs. Brilliant.
Up above Yang's food store now, it says wham bam, thank you, Yang. But listen, whatever it is that's happened to him, thank the Lord, because we're now seeing the fruits of what the young lad can do, and he's doing it more consistently now. So he's starting to cause utter havoc for teams now, because they're trebling up on him. Like there was 3 on him tonight, and certain moments he was finding a way by that. He was linking play. I thought, especially the first half, I thought he was really good. These connections with Arajo. Yeah, I think his close ball control was really good to see. And thankfully, what I saw in him early doors, and I know I must have been a a bright light in a very dark place at that time, Ryan, because there was no many fans, Celtic fans the Celtic fans were telling me I'm crazy. But I've backed the young lad for day one, and it's just nice and refreshing, mate, to see him now. I know he's been with the club a couple of years now, but it's nice and refreshing now, not only the form, but to see him getting a run of games, because you can see him he's grown from it, Ryan.
Oh, see anybody that plays JP, it's yourself, JP, when you play football, see anybody who doesn't get a run of games, it's very hard to come in and get a proper run of form. But we can only criticise for what we see. So even though they only get 20 minutes, if a player's terrible in that 20 minutes, we're going to criticise it just because of that's what you do, you criticise it. But if he gets a run of games, we're going to get more momentum, get fitter, they'll get sharper. And talk about like sharpness and fitness. Maybe it's just me. Anybody who thinks I'm wrong, please come back. Anybody who knows me, I'm open about it. I can't believe I've called Stephen Welsh back and not even put him on the bench. What is the point in that? It's just, I'm not trying to be negative, but I'm just saying the guy's played the majority of the season, sharp, fit. I'm not saying start him, but Dane Murray's hardly played all season. So surely you'd rather bring on a Stephen Welsh who's fit, had experience this year, really playing really well, to come on and play and have to rely on Dane Murray, who, let's be fair, nobody would be confident Dane Murray can only help you to time when you give a football, doesn't it? Because we've seen previously.
I hear what you're saying in terms of Welsh, mate. However, realistically, mate, I don't think he's got a future with Celtic. I think the whole cover for the squad.
No, I agree with you. I agree with you.
Because I think if we're talking something happened to Liam Scales or Austin Trusty, then obviously Dane Murray would probably, no doubt, be the next guy to come into the team as it appears, because he's been on the bench. And then
I'd be allowed to talk about the two tonight.
As well. Well, that's probably an indication as well that, you know, that he's not going to be longer term planning, because Martin O'Neill has touched on he could still go back out before the window shuts as well, Ryan. So, yeah, I think Celtic, and again, it's a clever move by Martin O'Neill there. I think they're just trying to cover base, really, mate.
No, listen, I understand the situation, but I just thought, surely, just for, again, he's out playing it, so I know he might be going elsewhere, I understand that, but maybe it's just me. I'd rather have, as much as we all know, Stephen Welsh probably isn't going to make it Celtic, right? But I'd rather have a guy who's played in the league consistently for the last 4 or 5 months, at least off the bench to help you, than Dane Murray. Now, that's not slouch to Dane Murray, just Welsh is a far better player than Dane Murray. I'm just say we're in trouble and we had to go into 10 men, or I'd rather Stephen Welsh come on than Dane Murray. I'm just trying to put that as a suggestion, as a point. It's just my own opinion. I just thought it had to be brought up to. I just thought it'd be good to have the bench. But I'd like to talk about how poor Trusty Scales for the last 10-15 minutes, man. Oh, Jesus. But the Chuckle Brothers.
Again, mate, you know, as much as they were, you know, they didn't have their best night, they still never conceded a goal.
No.
They still,
I'm having a laugh.
I know what you're saying. But yeah, no, but during the game, I know the two of them won at their peak and they won the flying, but during the game, they did have jewels to win, Ryan. They did have things to do in the game that they had to win. I think Michael Stewart touched on it, mate. There was a period in the game where Falkirk play a clip ball round the channel and a lad's on it. But Trusty shows remarkable pace, Ryan, to get to it and knock it back to Kasper Schmeichel. And that itself, mate, just takes the pressure right off the team. But I hear what you're saying. Sometimes it's not pleasing on the eye. Sometimes it's not, you know, Virgil van Dijk stuff. But yeah, again, mate, I think the most important thing for tonight is we've won the game and it's just a case of now building and moving on to Auchinleck Talbot to the next game.
Oh, no, obviously, we're going to criticise maybe certain performances, but obviously I'm trying to look at the bigger picture, but on tonight, listen, it's positive, there's no we didn't perform well, but like I says to my dad before we come on, you can counteract some of the stuff I'm saying on that we didn't play well, kept a clean sheet, still won the game, and that's what you need to do. So football's all about. So I'm trying to be balanced. I'm trying to still look at the bigger picture, but ultimately you need to counter argument what I'm saying as well, because that is all positive in terms of the result, clean sheet. You're now in a title race, which do I think we should be where we are? No, but like you say, we need to accept it. We need to move on for it. We need to get players. We just need to deal with it. It's hard. I know it's hard for you. It's hard for us all. We all want the best, but we just need to move on for it, and we need to try and hopefully now, as you say, all can give them all respect, but we should win the game, right? With a few goals, hopefully, and then you move on to next week, and then that's when a hard game starts with your heart. So, but I think the big thing for me is, mate, I'll probably keep hammering on it until probably next Sunday. We need to get a top number 9 to go to Tynecastle. We need to. It's an absolute. There's loads of other positions, maybe a right winger, etc. But the centre back, the striker, mate, has to come in before Tynecastle, because if we don't, I'll not be as confident as I would be with top number 9.
I think that'll be the plan. I think moving. I would be extremely surprised, mate, if gone me just the way Anthony Joseph and that's talking to me. I'll be extremely surprised if there's no actual movement in the next 24 hours. I think we'll see something, or we'll hear of something. I would imagine, especially Martin O'Neill saying things were close as well. I would imagine close will be within the next couple of days. Addy, well done for touching on that. I was actually just about to say his name. See all you tonight, man, stealing my thunder, honest to God. But yeah, again, a bit unknown to the most of the Celtic fans. Probably never heard of the lad, but he's banging form, Ryan. He's got a good, very good goal scoring record, mate. I quite like his profile as well. Again, he's 26. He fits that, what I was saying there about Martin O'Neill and stuff. I know we're nearly finished, Ryan, but he fits that Martin O'Neill profile. And yeah, I think we'll just need to wait and see what's going to happen.
No, so we spoke about it today. His overall profile in terms of his goal scoring for overall career isn't fantastic, but the last year and a half he's flying. He's flying. So it's not like we're signing a Yamada with 6 goals, or we looked at the guy Bamba who's on.
You ready, Addy? Sorry, Ryan. You ready, Addy? His name is Franko Kovacevic.
By the way, I didn't even say that, by the way. Franko Kovacevic. I've done well.
His name is Franko Kovacevic.
Aye, no, listen, in terms of, I'm a big believer, you've got to sign a striker who's in form or who's done well previously. And he's, no matter what league he's in, if it's good or no, we don't know the full standard of the Slovenian league. Right? It's probably not amazing, but near your league. So we need to just look at his profile. I'm big on profiles before they come. And he's got, is it 25, 28 goals? And so
he scored 25 goals in 28 games, I
so
believe.
His profile is very good. Right now, he's hot, he's fit, he's able to come in, he's coming off a goal-scoring run. It's kind of, again, before he comes, I'm just talking for the profile, it looks like an absolute good thing. £2.5 million. If that's somebody who's £2.5 million hardly scored a goal, I'm going, what are we doing, lads? Like, there's no proof he's going to come here and do well. But if there's a background before he comes, if he fails, he fails. But if somebody's got a profile before he comes here, at least he knows he can score goals. And I'm happy with that. Listen, I don't know him, so I'm going to just judge him with his profile. Perfect profile. He's 6'1", target man, scores goals. Yeah. I'm all for it. Before he comes, I see him play. I've never seen him play in my life, but just on profile and what I've done wee bits about him, he looks a good signing, mate. So I get him in the door, goal scorer, and we're dying for one, mate.
Yeah, 100%. I think we need a striker with a bit of physicality. And some of these lads, like the club have been mentioned with, you know, I quite like the boy Fofana at Chelsea. Again, he's very similar to Moussa Dembele. He's got that physicality, but he's got speed. He can press high. He can.
You know, Francis, I don't know if you know, he might be, by the way. Or is it in next game?
No, he misses the Celtic game. Yeah.
Right, okay.
Because the next round of games is a cup.
Right.
So yeah, he'll miss the Celtic game. So yeah, I would like a bit of physicality, because I mean,
Yeah.
you know, height's not a necessity. Because Kyogo, I mean, he did not too bad, you know, but it's for me a wee bit of physicality. But I want a number 9 similar to Big Sutton. See when the ball goes to him, I want it to stick.
Yep.
Because the way Neil wants to play and the way he likes to play, he likes his midfielders. You watch Negrin and Engels, they get in and around the busy area of the they get in and around the kill zone, should I say, in the busy area of the kind of pitch. So for me, I would like a bit of physicality, because then when you are outside the box and you're having to move the ball side to side and the ball's coming, you then, if you're playing against, just say for example, you're playing against a team who's only mark, strikers like that can get the run on defenders round because they need to stay in their zone.
Yep.
So you've got that and I think we lack physicality in those areas at set plays. I know we scored the night. Negrin made a liar of me the night with that one, but yeah, I don't think our bigger lads got on the end of much in terms of crosses, corners. So I would just like a bit of height. I know the boy Kieran Bibby's been mentioned with us. I like the look of the lad. I think he's got some really good attributes. Do I think he's worth £6.5 million? I think it might be a bit early for that kind of chat in terms of that. But I tell you what an unbelievable chance for the lad to go and put yourself on a platform to really get into Steve Clarke's plans for this upcoming World Cup ring.
Well, I think me and you touched on it. This is what Monday, wasn't it?
Yeah.
About Kieran Bibby, that if he comes to Celtic, there's a chance that he could actually start for Scotland if he scores a lot of weeks and does really well. There's more chance in playing for Scotland more for Celtic than there is be Hibs. Even though Hibs might be doing well, but Celtic are the benchmark right now in Scotland in terms of what we've done. End of the day, as much as we've been critical, or I've been critical, Celtic are still the champions here, right? So still give us, no just, listen, people might think, man, you're not give the team respect. No, I'm just trying to say everything I can to make the team better. It's just my bigger picture, right? But ultimately, we're still the benchmark. This is why I want the standards of us to keep high. We're the standard, nobody else. I know we're sitting second now, but we're still the standard. We're still the champions. So until the champions is away for our name, we're still the champions. So Rangers and Hearts are still trying to beat us. As much as Hearts are top and they're third, they still need to beat us. We're the champions.
Benchmark, right?
That's what I'm saying. So for Kieran Bibby to come to Celtic, there's more chance in playing with Scotland every week or in the World Cup, etc., than you would be playing with Hibs. I don't know if I'm wrong on that, but that's what I feel.
I would agree with you.
It's probably a good move for him now, because I think if he signs, he'll probably play most weeks with Celtic, I think, just because of where we are and we need goals. And by the way, Martin might, who knows, by the way, Martin might even go to a two up front if you get Kieran Bibby and somebody else. Who knows? It gives you another option.
100%, mate. Yeah, 100%. Listen, our stats man that's from the channel, Big Alan, he's been in the chat tonight. If he wants to check this out, he can, but something's just dawned on me, mate. Martin O'Neill has now won the most points as a Celtic manager this season than the other two, Brendan and Wilfred Nancy.
Yeah, well, be right, aye.
Martin O'Neill's the most points now, and he's only been in charge for a minimum of games.
That's right, so, aye.
He's now won Celtic the most points from any other manager this season.
That's a good start.
It's just something that was playing about in my head there, and I'm trying to think of my right, because he's won every game in the league.
He's only lost one game. Midtjylland.
Yeah. So he's won every game domestically, but he's won all the league games. Yeah, listen, he would cause utter trouble. The Stuart Finley's not the biggest of lads. I know he's quite aggressive, but to play, to play off that with Kieran Bibby, he struggled against Kieran Bibby when Hibs beat him in the Edinburgh Derby just recently. So, yeah, as I say, mate, and a great comment there about, yeah, there you go. So, Michael Kennedy's just put it in 27 points, Martin O'Neill's accumulated in his time. And that's better than any Brendan, the way Brendan started, and then obviously Wilfred Nancy, because Wilfred Nancy only has 6. So he probably rattled more baguettes for his lunch than he did get Celtic ones.
We can laugh now, can't we? Obviously, the situation with Nancy.
We can, yeah.
But
obviously, I know that was at the end of the wee chat tonight, mate. But yeah, it's overall, mate. I know you can't. I've said this millions of times, mate. Unfortunately, you can't play well every single game. And the most important thing in football for me is watching your team win. So, yeah, as I said, winning's the hardest thing to do in football, right? And thankfully, mate, we support a team that have, the things that have achieved for us as fans, mate, is, for me, it's just unthinkable. If you went abroad somewhere and somebody that wasn't into football and you tried to tell somebody the story of Celtic in the last 2 decades, mate, and the amount of trophies and honours and everything that they've won, mate, I don't think they're at the forefront of their mind would be thinking Steven Spielberg probably couldn't write a better story than this.
No, listen, in terms of on what we've done, it's been amazing for me as a fan. And the standards have been really high, and this is maybe why I'm a wee bit frustrated. I don't want to say angry, but really frustrated at what's going on at the moment, because I don't want everything we've done throughout the years, financially, getting stable, buying good player, for that to diminish within a season, because the way things are going, if we don't qualify for the Champions League, the financial gap drops, transfers drop, wages drop, tickets are going to go up. So there's a big, this is why I'm getting, it might happen, it's going to happen eventually, but like I've said to you, to everybody else who knows me, I don't mind losing when everybody's gone toe-to-toe and you've had roughly the same money and everything else, but see when you've been ahead and you've done a wee bit, and this is my frustration. I don't want it to come to that, because see if we don't win the league, which, listen, I'm still confident we will, I really hope we get players in and we win the league, but if we don't get the Champions League this year and even next year, the money goes down and it's not going to be, then we will be buying projects, we will be buying cheap, because it's going to take a toll on us, and this is why I'm frustrated, JP. That's the full reason, because I don't want that to happen.
I get you, mate. I do get you, but in my opinion, Celtic have safeguarded that with the money in the accounts, so they've afforded us to not be in the Champions League for a year or two. That's what that. I'm trying to what is that money for? So surely there's a safeguard in there.
I don't think any is, no, mate.
No, I know, but I'm trying to surmise. I'm trying to think businessly, and I'm trying to surmise if Celtic don't make the Champions League, then that money's surely a safeguard for that purpose. But the club still have other means of revenue. They still have they have been innovative that way, because they still make money through other ventures. However, this season, because of what's been going on at the football club and everything else, I do know that their merchandise sales and everything else is going to be down. So yeah, but you're right. Listen, I think there's a definite safeguard in there. I can't help but think that thing.
One is the most important thing, mate. Listen, no matter what we all think about players or perform, at the end of the day, we just all love winning games as much as people think. I'm happy. I'm all happy that we won the game, because it keeps momentum. The clean sheet, like you said, under Nancy, we'll probably lose that game, mate. So ultimately now, obviously, listen, Big Gill can let respect. hopefully go through that with a few goals, hopefully. But again, doesn't matter how you win a game, just get through the cup. But
It's another
next week,
really horrible pitch as well.
Oh, aye. It's for me. It's just focused on the signings now. Next week, striker, hopefully, even 2. Just go. We go to Tynecastle, and then we hopefully go and get a victory. But we need help, and hopefully, mate, we get that. But listen, winning, as you say, is the most important thing in football. It's the hardest thing to do. Scoring goals is the most hardest thing to do. We scored a goal, get a clean sheet. So that's the biggest thing, mate. And yeah, we move on now to Sunday, and hopefully we get a few goals, and then we move on to Hearts, and then we hopefully get that, and then it's full steam ahead, mate.
Yeah, just touching on James's point there. I mean, that's the thing for me. For me, this is the way things have been. It's not been nice for a Celtic fan's point of view watching us lose games of football and everything else. But certainly the way Hearts are going, and now, you know, the way things are and how it's so close at the top. Ryan, if anything, mate, it's brought quite a lot of interest to the league now. So as much as we moan about, Celtic fans, well, I've heard other Celtic fans say that, well, we don't really get a challenge, we've had it all our own way, we've done this. Well, we've got a challenge now. But now we need to roll our sleeves up in order to try and win the league. I don't care about the Scottish Cup and everything else this season. I've even said it when I was on with Daniel the other night. I would take dropping out the Europa League if it guarantees Celtic an opportunity to then get this league title in the bag. Because you get this league title in the bag, mate, I think it would really sicken both Hearts and that mob across the water.
It would, mate. It definitely would. Aye, if we win the league, mate, listen, it's then in the summer it has to be. We all know the rebuild's going to be, but I don't want to drop out any competition. But I'm like you, if need must, that even if they qualify and you need to play 2 teams, then just do it, because ultimately the league's the most important thing this year. Listen, win the Scottish Cup would be brilliant, right? It'd be brilliant. A double would be fantastic, but ultimately, I know I'm very high on standards. We need to try and win every game and play well. And you can't play every game. No, we've all played football. I know it's not going to happen, but the league's the most important thing, mate. And the only thing, I get the comment for James, he's right. Again, people can come back to me, it's fine. I don't mind a challenge. I want a stronger league. I want better players to come here and challenge us. And I want that to pass us on, right? I don't mind challenges, but see when the standards have dropped by us, the people can tell me I'm disrespectful. It's fine. The reason Hearts and Rangers are getting back into this is because we have not performed. Hearts are doing well, so are Rangers, but we have slipped up massively. And
Hearts have been top of the league for the very beginning of the season.
But again, listen, I'm more down on them, because I don't think they'll fall away now. They'll be there to the end. Unless we beat them, obviously, in Rangers maybe, but they'll be there. They'll not fall away. They might lose the odd game, but I can't see them drop away to like 3rd or 4th. I can't see that. I'm fine with challenges, but I just because how the seasons went and how it started and how it's went, the league's only looking strong because we have not been on top. See if we're on top and Hearts and Rangers are on top, I'm fine with that. Brilliant, challenge on. It's just because of how it's went. But like we've said, mate, we need to accept it. We need to move on. We need to try and get signings in, and hopefully all ends well.
Yes, aye. We're all smiling, mate. Celtic won. So we cannot argue. It was only a week and a half ago to 2 weeks ago, mate, we weren't smiling. People probably lost TVs and...
I know, I lost my voice.
Aye, and that's it. That's ultimately that's to be all and end all, mate. We're all happy. But cheers again, mate, for coming on, getting a wee chat after the game. It's always a pleasure.
No, always good, mate. Always good. Whether we win, lose or draw, if we say we'll come on. So yeah, good to get a chat, mate. Hopefully, we got our wishes, make some signings, and we can all be a wee bit happier. and get on the Half 10 show, by the way. It's time to get doubled up soon.
The Half 10 show's been delayed. He's put a title out already. It's half 11 instead.
Yeah, it's still always.
Aye, he's got Yang on for a wham bam. Thank you, Yang.
Aye.
But everybody as well in the chat and everybody watched us across the platforms. Thanks very much for tuning in tonight. I know we're heading into 10 to 11 at night, so thank you very much for staying with us. We fully appreciate it. If you are new and you like the channel, please hit the like and subscribe. It is totally free, and it means you get to see us, well, at least my smiling face, and somebody else doing a great impression of Richard O'Brien for the Crystal Maze, ready to lose all his hair.
I'm getting there as it is anyway, so it's all right.
Aye. But for the time being, as I said, take care, hail, hail, and we'll see you all again. Bye-bye.
Sets up Larsson here. Larsson. Oh, he's in! Henrik Larsson! That is sensational! O'Reilly. How about that for a pass? Jota! How about that for a finish? That is Jota for you! In for Henrik Larsson. And Moravcik! His first goal for Celtic!
Here is Shunsuke Nakamura! Exquisite!